The Book of Wisdom, Chapter 4. Oh, how beautiful is the chaste generation with glory! For the memory thereof is immortal, because it is known both with God and with men. When it is present, they imitate it, and they desire it when it hath withdrawn itself, and it triumpheth, crowned for ever, winning the reward of undefiled conflicts. But the multiplied brood of the wicked shall not thrive. The bastard slips shall not take deep root, nor any fast foundation. And if they flourish in branches for a time, yet standing not fast, they shall be shaken with the wind, and through the force of the wind they shall be rooted out. For the branches not being perfect shall be broken, and their fruits shall be unprofitable, and sour to eat, and fit for nothing. For the children that are born of unlawful beds are witnesses of the wickedness against their parents in their trial. But the just man, if he be prevented with death, shall be in rest. For venerable old age is not that of long time, nor counted by the number of years, but the understanding of many is gray hairs, and the spotless life is old age. He pleased God and was beloved, and living among sinners he was translated. He was taken away lest wickedness should alter his understanding, or deceit beguile his soul. For the bewitching of vanity obscureth good things, and the wandering of conspicuous overturneth the innocent mind. Being made perfect in a short space, he fulfilled a long time. For his soul pleased God, therefore he hastened to bring him out of the midst of iniquities. But the people see this, and they understand it not, nor lay up such things in their hearts. That the grace of God and his mercy is with his saints, and that he hath respect to his chosen. But the just that is dead condemneth the wicked that are living, and youth soon ended the long life of the unjust. For they shall see the end of the wise man, and shall not understand what God hath designed for him, and why the Lord hath set him in safety. They shall see him and shall despise him, but the Lord shall laugh them to scorn. And they shall fall after this without honor, and to be a reproach for the dead forever. For he shall burst them puffed up and speechless, and shake them from the foundations, and they shall be utterly laid waste. They shall be in sorrow, and their memory shall perish. They shall come with fear at the thought of their sins, and their iniquities shall stand against them to convict them. Chapter 5. Then shall the just stand with great constancy against those who have afflicted them and taken away their labors. These, seeing it, shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the suddenness of their unexpected salvation, saying within themselves, repenting and groaning for the anguish of spirits, these are they who had, sometimes in derision, for a parable of reproach. We fools esteemed their life's madness, and their end without honor. Behold, how are they numbered among the children of God, and their lot is among the saints? Therefore we have erred from the way of truth, and the light of justice hath not shined unto us. The sun of understanding hath not risen upon us. We wearied ourselves in the way of iniquity and destruction, and have walked through hard ways, but the way of the Lord we have not known. What hath pride profited us, or what advantage hath the boasting of riches brought us? All those things are passed away like a shadow, and like a post that runneth on. And as a ship that passes through waves, whereof when it is gone by, the trace cannot be found, nor the path of its keel in the waters. Or as when a bird flieth through the air, of the passage of which no mark can be found, but only the sounds of wings beating the light wind, and parting the air by the force of her flight. She moved her wings, and hath flown through, and there is no mark found afterwards on her way. Or as when an arrow is shot at a mark, the divided air presently cometh together again, so that the passage thereof is not known. So we also, being born, forthwith cease to be, and have been able to show no mark of virtue, but are consumed by our wickedness. Such things are these that the sinner said in hell. For the hope of the wicked is a dust which is blown away with the wind, and as a thin froth, which is dispersed by a storm, and as smoke that is scattered abroad by the wind, and as the remembrance of a gust of one day that passeth by. But the just shall live forevermore, and their reward is with the Lord, and the care of them with the Most High. Therefore shall they receive a kingdom of glory, and a crown of beauty at the hand of the Lord. For with his right hand he will cover them, and with his holy arm he will defend them. And his zeal will take armor, and he will arm the creature for the revenge of his enemies. He will put on justice as a breastplate, and he will take true judgment instead of a helmet. He will take equity for an invincible shield, and he will sharpen his severe wrath for a spear. And the whole world shall fight with him against the unwise. Then shafts of lightning shall go directly from the clouds, as from a bow well bent. They shall be shot out and shall fly to the mark. And thick hail shall be cast down upon them from the stone-casting wrath. The waters of the sea shall rage against them, and the rivers shall run together in a terrible manner. A mighty wind shall stand up against them, and as a whirlwind shall divide them, and their iniquity shall bring all the earth to a desert, and the wickedness shall overthrow the thrones of the mighty. Chapter 6. Wisdom is better than strength, and a wise man is better than a strong man. Hear therefore, ye kings, and understand. Learn ye that ye are judges of the ends of the earth. Give ear, you that rule the people, and that please yourself in multitudes of the nations, for power is given you by the Lord, and strength by the Most High, who will examine your works and search out your thoughts. Because being ministers of his kingdom, you have not judged rightly, nor kept the law of justice, nor walked in according to the will of God. Horribly and speedily will he appear to you, for a most severe judgment shall be for them that bear rule. For to him that is little, mercy is granted, but the mighty shall be mightily tormented. For God will not accept any man's person, neither will he stand in awe of any man's greatness. For he made the little and the great, and he hath equally care of all. But a greater punishment is ready for the more mighty. To you, therefore, O kings, are these my words, that you may learn wisdom and not fall from it. For they that have kept just things justly shall be justified, and they that have learned these things shall find what to answer. Covet ye therefore my words, and love them, and ye shall have instruction. Wisdom is glorious, and never fadeth away, and is easily seen by them that love her, and is found by them that seek her. She preventeth them that covet her, so that she first showeth herself unto them. He that awaketh early to seek her shall not labor, for he shall find her sitting at his door. To think therefore upon her is perfect understanding, and he that watcheth for her shall quickly be secure. For she goeth about seeking such as are worthy of her, and she showeth herself to them cheerfully in the ways, and meeteth them with all providence. For the beginning of her is the most true desire of discipline, and the care of discipline is love, and the love is keeping of her laws, and the keeping of her laws is the firm foundation of incorruption. And incorruption bringeth near to God. Therefore the desire of wisdom bringeth to the everlasting kingdom. If your delight then be in thrones and scepters, O ye kings of the people, love wisdom, that you may reign forever. Love the light of wisdom, all ye that bear rule over people. Now what wisdom is and what is her origin I will declare, and I will not hide from you the mysteries of God, but will seek her out from the beginning of her birth, and bring the knowledge of her to light, and will not pass over the truth. Neither will I go with consuming envy, for such a man shall not be partaker of wisdom. Now the multitude of the wise is the welfare of the whole world, and the wise king is the upholding of a people. Receive therefore instructions by my words, and it shall be profitable to you. Chapter 7. The excellence of wisdom, how she is to be found. I myself also am a mortal man, like all others, and of the race of him that was first made on the earth, and in the womb of my mother I was fashioned to be flesh. In the time of 10 months I was compacted in blood of the seed of man, and the pleasure of sleep occurring. And being born I drew in common air, and fell upon the earth that is made alike, and the first voice which I uttered in crying, as all others do. I was nursed in swaddling clothes with great care, for none of the kings had any other beginnings of birth. For all men have had one entrance into life, and the light going out. Wherefore I wished, and understanding was given to me, and I called upon God, and the spirit of wisdom came upon me, and I preferred her before the kingdoms and thrones, and esteemed riches nothing in comparison to her. Neither did I compare her unto any precious stone, for all gold in comparison of her is a little sand, and a silver is respect to her shall be counted as clay. I loved her above health and beauty, and chose to have her instead of light, for her light cannot be put out. Now all good things came to me together with her, and innumerable riches through her hands. And I rejoiced in all of these, for this wisdom went before me, and I knew not that she was the mother of them all, which I have learned without guile, and communicate without envy, and her riches I hid not. For she is an infinite treasure to men, which they that use become the friends of God, being commended for the gift of discipline. And God hath given to me to speak as I would, and to conceive thoughts worthy of those things that were given to me, because he is the guide of wisdom and the director of the wise. For in his hands are both we, and our words, and all wisdom, and the knowledge of skill of works. For he hath given me the true knowledge of things that are, to know the disposition of the whole world, and the virtues of the elements, the beginning and ending, the midst of the times, the alterations of their courses, and the change of seasons, the revolutions of the year, and the disposition of the stars, the natures of the living, and the rage of the wild beast, the force of winds, and reasoning of men, and diversities of plants, and the virtues of roots, and all things that are hid and not foreseen, I have learned. For wisdom, which is the worker of all things, taught me. For in her is the spirit of understanding. Holy One? Yep. Holy, 1. Manifold, subtle, eloquent, active, and undefiled, sure, sweet, loving that which is good, quick, which is not hindereth, beneficent, gentle, kind, steadfast, assured, secure, having all power, overseeing all things, and containing all spirits, intelligible, pure, and subtle. For wisdom is more active than all active things, and reacheth everywhere by reason of her purity. For she is a vapor of the power of God, and a certain pure emanation of the glory of the Almighty God, and therefore no defiled thing cometh into her. For she is the brightness of eternal light, and the unspotted mirror of God's majesty, and the image of his goodness. And being but one, she can do all things, and remaining in herself the same, she reneweth all things, and through nations conveyeth herself into holy souls. She maketh the friends of God and prophets. For God loveth none but him that dwelleth with wisdom. For she is more beautiful than the sun, and above all the order of the stars, being compared with the light, she is found before it. And after this cometh night, but no evil can overcome wisdom. Awesome. Chapter 8. Ooh, how many chapters are there? Oh boy, there are 14. Okay, one more. She reacheth therefore from end to end mightily, and ordereth all things sweetly. Her have I loved, and have sought her from my youth, and have desired to take her for my spouse, and I became a lover of her beauty. She glorifieth her nobility by being versant with God, yea, and the Lord of all things hath loved her. For it is she that teacheth the knowledge of God, and is the chooser of his works. And if riches be desired in life, what is richer than wisdom, which maketh all things? And if sense do work, who is more artful worker than she of those things that are? And if a man loves justice, her labors have great virtues, for she teaches temperance, and prudence, and justice, and fortitude, which are such things as men can have nothing more profitable in life. And if a man desire much knowledge, she knoweth things past, and judgeth of things to come. She knoweth the subtleties of speech, and the solutions of arguments. She knoweth signs and wonders before they be done, and the events of times and ages. I propose, therefore, to take her with me to live with me, knowing that she will communicate to me of her good things, and will be a comfort in my cares and grief. For her sake I shall have glory among the multitude, the honor with the ancients, though I be young, and I shall be found of quick conceit in judgment, and shall be admired in the sight of the mighty, and the faces of princes shall wonder at me. They shall wait for me when I hold my peace, and they shall look upon me when I speak, and if I talk much, they shall lay their hands on their mouths. Moreover, by the means of her I shall have immortality, and shall leave behind me an everlasting memory to them that come after me. I shall set the people in order, and nations shall be subject to me. Terrible kings hearing shall be afraid of me. Among the multitudes I shall be found good and valiant in war. When I go into my house, I shall repose myself with her, for her conversation hath no bitterness, nor her company any tiredness, but joy and gladness. Thinking these things with myself, and pondering them in my heart, that to be allied with wisdom is immortality, and that there is great delight in her friendship, and inexhaustible riches in the works of her hands, and in the exercise of conference with her, wisdom, and glory in the communication of her words, I went about seeking that I might take her to myself. And I was a witty child, and had received a good soul. And whereas I was more good, I came to a body undefiled. And as I knew that I could not otherwise be content except God gave it, then this also was a point of wisdom, to know whose gift it was. I went to the Lord and besought him, and said with my whole heart. Chapter 9. God of my fathers, the Lord of mercy, who hath made all things with thy words, and by thy wisdom has appointed man, that he should have dominion over the creature that was made by thee, that he should order the world according to equity and justice, and execute justice with an upright heart. Give me wisdom, that sitteth by my throne, and cast me not off from among thy children. For I am thy servant, and the son of thy handmaid, a weak man, and a short time, and a falling short of the understanding of judgments and laws. For if one is to be perfect among the children of men, yet if thy wisdom is not with him, he shall be nothing regarded. Thou hast chosen me to be a king of thy people, and a judge of thy sons and daughters, and hast commanded me to build a temple on the holy mount, and an altar in the city of thy dwelling place, a resemblance of thy holy tabernacle, which thou hast prepared from the beginning. And thy wisdom is with me, which knoweth thy works, which then also was present when thou madest the world, and knew what was agreeable to thine eyes, and what was right in thine commandments. Send her out of thy holy heaven, and from the throne of thy majesty, that she may be with me, and may labor with me, that I may know what is acceptable to thee. For she knoweth and understandeth all things, and shall lead me soberly in my works, and shall preserve me by her power. So shall my works be acceptable. I shall govern thy people justly, and shall be worthy of the throne of my Father. For who among men is he that can know the counsel of God? Or who can think of what the will of God is? For the thoughts of a mortal man are fearful, and our counsels uncertain. For the corruptible body is a load upon the soul, and the earthly habitation passeth down the mind that museth upon many things. And hardly do we guess aright about things that are upon earth, and with labor do we find things that are before us. But the things that are in heaven, who shall search it out? And who shall know thy thought, except thou give wisdom, and send the Holy Spirit from above? And so the ways of them that are upon the earth may be corrected, and men may learn the things that please thee. For by wisdom they were healed, whosoever has pleased thee, O Lord, from the beginning.